This is the plaintiff, Kevin Ocasio. He says the defendant stole money from him after dating his stepdaughter, and today is Judgment Day. That's right, he can't wait for the judge to throw the book at this thief here today in court, because the guy out and out stole $2,800 from him, and he wants it back. This is the defendant, Charles Duffield. He says the plaintiff's stepdaughter got herself arrested, and the car he paid for was impounded. The plaintiff gave him money to get the car out of the impound to try to clean up the mess his daughter created by running from the cops. How the plaintiff thinks he stole the money from him is baffling, to say the least, and he thinks the judge will see his side of things and not the plaintiff's. He's accused of monkey business.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant stole money from him after he dated his stepdaughter. But the defendant says the money was to get the plaintiff's stepdaughter out of jail. It's the case of giving someone the jail bird.
Thank you, Douglas. Kevin Ocasio, you are suing Charles Duffield for $2,800 that you forwarded to him in anticipation of having a car sold to you. And in fact, that did not happen. What happened?
I gave him two payments of $1,400 for down payment for a 2006 BMW.
Okay.
And he never brought me the car. He kept saying Saturday, next Saturday.
Okay, you two know each other, right?
A little bit. I know through him from my stepdaughter.
Okay, because what?
He was hanging out with my stepdaughter.
Okay, how old's your stepdaughter?
27, 28.
How, if you don't mind my asking, how old are you?
60.
Was she your girlfriend?
No, just friends.
Okay. So he was hanging out with your stepdaughter. Was it your understanding they were dating?
From what I heard, they were kind of close. He was buying her clothes and all kinds of stuff, coming home every day with all new things.
Okay.
And we all told her it was a weird situation. And then he went and
so
tried
where
to
did
buy
this
her a car.
What car? The car we're talking about?
Yeah.
And so she's driving that car, and what happens?
And she gets into a high-speed chase.
High-speed chase? That means the police are chasing her?
Yes.
Why are the police chasing her?
Well, she had a good reason. She was actually sick because she had like...
The police are chasing her because she's sick?
No, what happened was she was sick. She had an abortion, and they didn't take everything out, so she wound up getting sick. So she was actually mentally sick behind the wheel.
That's why she fled from the police?
Yes.
That's not what you say. What do you say?
She fled from the police because she had a family court warrant.
She had a family court warrant. For what? Not paying child support?
I have no idea.
Okay, so what ends up happening with the high-speed chase? I'm going to tend to believe what he tells me a little more than what you're... What ends up happening with the high-speed chase? First of all, what happened with this car? You bought this lady a car and she's just your friend?
No. What happened is we're good friends, and we spoke for months prior. She was working. She was doing the right thing in her life. People have helped me in my life, so I wanted to promote her a little bit. She said I can get a better job if I have a car. I want to establish my credit. So I co-signed a loan for her.
You co-signed a loan?
I co-signed a loan for her. I gave her the down payment, which was $1,400. And I said...
Are you sure you're not trying to get some?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Because it's kind of weird that you're co-signing a loan for a 20-something-year-old girl.
Okay, this woman is 27, he's 60. If they're dating, is that okay, or things change in this world?
I think that's perfectly fine because she's of age. She's a grown woman.
I know that, but I'm just saying 27 and 60.
I wouldn't do it, but I think it's okay.
Huh?
It's weird, but
Is it weird? Is it okay? Is it not right?
I think it's fine.
Honestly. We're Californians.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what am I missing here?
I mean, if you love each other.
What am I missing?
I mean, she could be a gold digger, maybe.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me about her. Okay, going inside the courtroom.
So you co-signed a loan.
All right. And she was supposed to pay the insurance. It was on my insurance.
It was on your insurance?
Yeah, it was on my insurance, and she was supposed to make the loan.
Who had the title to the car?
She did.
Okay, but who's making the car payments?
She was supposed to. She only had the car for 10 days when it was impounded.
So 10 days after you get her the car, what happens?
She has it impounded. She's in a high-speed chase. They end up stopping her with a helicopter.
Oh, good gracious. And then what happens?
Well, thankfully, no drugs or alcohol were involved.
Well,
She
why
had
did
a
you? Wait, what do
license.
you mean? Thankfully, no drugs or alcohol.
Well, I'm just saying, if it was, I'd never gotten the car back. Nobody would ever get the car back.
Okay. Does
Okay.
she have a drug and alcohol problem?
Yes.
Yes. Do you have a drug and alcohol problem?
No, I don't.
So, thankfully, there's no drugs or alcohol.
Right.
And then what happens? The car gets impounded. How long
Because-
is it an impound?
10 months.
Okay. Why was it an impound for 10 months?
I've never had a situation like this.
Did you
I
not
didn't
know that
how
on
to do it.
every day they're charging more?
Yes, yes.
And nobody thought to stop the
Yes.
hemorrhaging and ask questions later?
Yeah, the way I stopped it is by going to the attorney, and then they made me power of attorney, and then I was able to write a letter to the impound, and they released the car finally to the finance company, and they paid for it.
So the finance company paid for it because they have their asset to protect.
Right.
And then you worked out a deal with the finance company to keep the car?
I was the only.
Okay, but when you went to him, the stepdad,
Right.
and said, I need $2,800, what
Right.
was it the two of you discussed?
He was going to help with the impound with the assumption that he was going to end up with the car.
With the assumption or the agreement?
Well,
Did you agree to sell him the car?
I did, but
Okay, so you took $2,800 from the guy.
Right.
Right,
When-
and then you kept the car.
no, let me finish.
No,
That-
stop. You
no.
kept the car.
I kept the car.
Right.
yes.
So,
Yes.
wait. This is very simple. I'm a simple woman. You have his $2,800 and he doesn't have his car. Why are we here? Why do you still have his $2,800?
Because that paid the impound.
No, it didn't.
I
The
had to-
finance company paid the impound.
No. That reimbursed the
finance company. Okay, why does he have to pay for the impound on a car that you had the poor taste to get a girl with a drug and alcohol problem who then fled from the police and got impounded? Why is that stepdad's problem?
Ma'am, all I can say is
No, answer what I asked. How is it his problem
I
as
had
opposed to
no
you?
means. I had no means.
I have no means. You have $2,800 worth of means. What I'm asking you is who should eat the $2,800? You think he should eat it? Why should he eat it?
I wasn't supposed to pay for the car. I wasn't supposed to pay for the insurance. I ate that. That was $10,000.
Whose fault is that? Who
Okay.
put you in that position?
Right? Myself.
That's right.
Okay.
So why, again, I ask you, does that nice man have to pay the $2,800?
Because he, in turn, expected for me to sell him the car, but not like
And
a.
where did you get a harebrained idea like
No,
that?
but not
Your
like-
lips
no,
when you were trying to extract $2,800 out of his pocket?
Not a normal deal. He wanted me to hold the note. He wanted me to pay the insurance. He wouldn't pay the tax, which I did. He wouldn't pay the
Okay,
plates,
so I
which
have a
did.
question for
And
you.
what am I
Is that
supposed to do,
exactly
turn the
what you
car?
had agreed to?
No, it
Yes.
isn't.
Yeah, well, why would he give you $2,800 if you hadn't agreed to whatever it is?
Because after we had spoken and he gave me the $2,800,
So then he comes up with other conditions.
Then I go to the finance company and they tell me, we can't put the tax in the loan. We can't put the plates in the loan. We can't do this. This is money that I had to come up with
Wonderful.
additional.
So then you return his $2,800,
No,
right?
I'm unemployed. No.
Oh, you just use it. And what do you think is going to happen here today? What do you think is going to happen?
I have no idea, man.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you figure? She's his stepdaughter, so it's his problem because he's related to her because it's all her fault? Go sue her for the $2,800.
That's what I
But
told them.
no. You see, because she belongs more to you than to him. I don't care if he was her father and fruit of his loins. She belongs more to you than him in this factual scenario. And do you know why? Because you made this happen. You put a car in the hands of someone with a drug and alcohol problem.
Yes.
Why? Oh, because you're just such a magnanimous fellow.
But
Okay.
now she is
and
doing a
so
little better.
that is your problem. It is not stepdad's problem. Pay the man $2,800 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
So, in a pretty cut and dry decision, the judge finds for the plaintiff in this case, Mr. Dufeld, there's no question. You owe him the money.
In everybody's opinion, not mine.
Well, why should you not?
I'm sorry. I have no
Okay.
more to say.
All right, thank you very much. Sorry, that's the way it works. All right, sir. Sorry it worked out this way, that you had to go through this, but how do you feel?
I feel good that the judge seen I was right, and he's on some other level of life that I can't comprehend with.
It's an interesting way to put it.
Yeah, I'm finished with it all like that.
All right. How's your stepdaughter?
She's doing a lot better now. She's been clean for a few months now, so that's the good side about this whole thing.
Okay. We wish her luck.
All right,
Thank you very much. All right. Harvey?
Okay, Doug, this is really basic stuff. If she screws him over, that is between the defendant and the woman. The fact is, simple, the plaintiff gets his money.